Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Madals, and I've got game 1 of a best of 1 coming up, so it's all a good little bit of fun. I'm not quite sure where this is from, it's definitely a custom game. But yeah, anyway, Zerg versus Terran on start station and down. In the bottom left position spawning, as the red Terran player from Clarity Gaming. It is Dragon. And his opponent in the top right, the pink Zerg player from O Gaming. It is JonnyREcco. And since this isn't the normal JonnyREcco tag, I did actually clarify with him to make sure that it was definitely him and not some imposter. Because we wouldn't want an imposter around here. No, definitely not. Not in these parts. Now, supply depot coming down. All good. Nothing too exciting there. Meanwhile, Rico, he's probably just going to go for a 15 hatch into a quick pull and then a gas. Because that's what you do. Star Station, let's talk about that a little bit. Third base for Dragon. This isn't too fun to take. Put simply, it's going to be quite nasty for him to take. In cross spawns, it's not quite as bad, but Zerglings, well, I say Zerglings, Zerg, full stop, can come from 3 different angles. And that means full surrounds, easy to achieve for Rico. Dragon playing a bit safer, getting down that barracks first rather than say command center first, so good news there. I wouldn't want to see anything different. Rico, not doing anything crazy. That's quite cool. The refinery also coming down. Reapers on this map are ridiculously good because of this. Huge amount of cliff area, just like everything there. This amount of cliff area is the second best thing for Terrans on this map. The first best thing, of course, being the smiley face, because everyone loves smiley faces, right? Or you can have a slightly strange looking shape if you turn it the other way around. I'm not quite sure what that would be. It doesn't look like a smiley face. It looks like a car if you put it that way up. Like, you see it? So it's like a smiley face, 2 eyes, there's the mouth, or a car, 2 wheels, and then there's the body. So yeah, car or smiley face, whichever you prefer. This one I think is cool. This is like a smiling bird of some type. Because look, if there's a smile, there's the beak, and there's the 2 eyes. Smiling bird. Totally see what I'm saying. Anyway, we do have down the hatchery on its way. JonnyREcco scouted with the drone. So of course the barracks there, nothing scary out on the field yet. Also Rico didn't get any super scouting information. He did see the gas, so he knows that it's going to be some form of Reaper play, but that's all good. He can probably expect that, to be honest, just from what came down and the fact that it's Star Station, so that's fine. Anyway, gas being taken here. It was a gas just after the pull, so that's all good. Just a relatively early speed coming up. Interesting to see whether Rico pulls the drones out of the gas geyser as he finishes speed. He wouldn't pull it out before speed. Let's be clear about that. I am just stumbling over my words slightly. But no, if he does, just get down speed and then stop gas production. Meanwhile, behind this Dragon, just as expected, he's going for a Reaper expand. Second Reaper is coming out, so we'll need to do a little bit of damage now, as opposed to just scouting with it and putting on a little bit of pressure. You actually need to start killing some stuff, and either killing drones or killing Zerglings, forcing more Zerglings out, because if you force the Lings, then obviously the lava's being used for Zerglings, not drones, and the net effect is the same of the Zerg economy not getting quite as good as you'd want. And JonnyREcco, of course, for those of you who don't know him particularly well, is a much more macro-orientated player. He wants to drone up, he wants to get into the later stages of the game, and really just see what happens there. So behind this we've got obviously 2 Reapers out on the field. We've got the barracks now getting down a reactor and the factory on its way, still off of 1 gas. No second gas coming up quite yet. So that just means that Rico's safe from any super tech heavy plays, but Dragon, he doesn't even want that, to be honest. He just wants to sit there, get down his natural, which has been scouted by the Overlord, and just happily go about his stuff of getting SCVs, and actually getting up a 3rd CC going down very early on. So that is very early. Going to be trying to secure that super quick, and because of this, JonnyREcco does actually need to take his own 3rd pretty damn quick, and then following on with a 4th quite early as well, depending on when that floats down. But the Overlord coming in, of course, there isn't a Marine on the field. Not one. Nothing can attack that at the moment. Rico did see that the factory was switched over. Those Hellions are going to be on their way. Meanwhile, these Reapers haven't done anything. Literally 1 Zergling have been killed, and that's why I haven't really been paying attention to it, because nothing has occurred. And the more exciting stuff is this 3rd CC, because as I said at the start, Star Station, holding your 3rd base can be pretty difficult to do. So quite a brave move by Dragon. Obviously he won't float it down instantly, he'll just use it to pump out additional mules, scans and SCVs, but still, something that getting it down just means that it is a more macro-focused build. Only 2 Hellions came down with adding, and tank production going to come on after this. So clearly now, Dragon is slightly concerned that there's going to be some kind of aggression. What has he seen? Nothing to indicate this, but actually there very well could be. A Rotron is on its way, and that means that a little roach shove could be coming down. But more importantly, this tank is just a precaution. Because even if these roaches aren't used defensively, they're just for dealing with any Hellions that could be coming, which is much more likely. He wants to make sure that he doesn't die to, say, a roach baneling all in or something like that, because he's got his third up. He's played greedy on the economy front, and he needs to be playing safe, because he doesn't have the units to defend otherwise. So that's all looking good. Rico getting his third hatch up here, so needs to look to take that fourth once he knows that this is down and that the third orbital command is there. But his Overlord not being sacrificed in yet. Now's about the time that genuinely it would be. But with only two Hellions and 2 Reapers coming in, Zerglings alone can defend that. There are even a few Roaches here. The Wall-Off coming down as well with the double evolution chamber. All very normal, very nice. This third is not really in much danger with just those 3 Roaches there, and Rico can go back to droning up like a bit of a beast, and that's exactly what he's doing. Getting more drones out. The Queen count is up to 4 already. He's getting a 5th Queen down. +1 Carapace is on its way. All these Hellions are getting surrounded. They've got to be careful there, and they've all gone down. Only a single drone got roasted there. The previous one was a scouting worker. The Overlord coming in, though, will see that third CC already in orbital command. That says a lot. And actually Dragon is pumping out a good number of tanks, so it wasn't just the one defensive one and then switching it up into going for that biomine composition that we usually see. Instead it's just going to be back to tank marine, which used to be very popular, and then the Widow Mines kind of replaced the tanks just due to the extra mobility. But yes, as it stands here, we've got the 2nd and 3rd and 4th gas all getting taken here by JonnyREcco, so he's going to be checking up. He's got his lair on the way, 1-1 upgrades coming out, so most likely Zergling, Baneling, Mutalisk composition in the mid-game from him, which is perfect against Tank Marine. But the tanks do give a lot of security, allowing, quite frankly, this third to get taken. And this is good for Dragon because he's really focusing on his economy. The one thing, interestingly, that is coming down is the 1-1 upgrades. So they're actually slightly ahead of that of JonnyREcco's by a fraction of an amount, but enough to make it that, okay, that's pretty cool. If Rico doesn't keep up with 2-2 immediately, and Dragon does, he does pose the risk of falling behind. But neither player going to be getting a substantial upgrade lead at any point currently. There's the Spire coming down, all looking good. There's the Baneling Net as well, so Ling Bling Mutalisk is going to be on its way. Meanwhile, Rico, he's just got his 4th base coming down, just as he should, knowing that this 3rd's been taken. Just staying a base up on his opponent, all looking fairly comfortable. The Burrow is quite an interesting thing. Not something you often see, but Burrow Banelings can, of course, lead to fantastically good times. Everyone loves a good little bit of Burrow Baneling action. Simultaneously, though, Bunkers getting placed, tanks in a really defensive position. And this is where the Mutalisks actually become critically important, because if you only ran in here with, say, Zerglings and Banelings, yes, you could pick off this and probably the bunker too and most of that, but these 2 tanks on the high ground would be near impenetrable. Mutalisks, though, they can pick those off double quick fashion, so all cool. Now, the armory finishing simultaneously with 1-1 completing, ready to start 2-2 immediately for Dragon, but 2-2 already getting started up there for JonnyREcco. These 2 playing ridiculously equal in terms of the upgrade count. Worker count 68 to 71. Rico needs to saturate up this 4th pretty quick to stay economically ahead, but Rico's also got his Spire coming down, so can look to come and put on some pressure. There is 1 missile turret guarding the natural, and no missile turrets apparently guarding up in the main. So just literally this 1 lone missile turret, which can get taken out very quickly by, say, like 10-11 Mutalisks. That can decimate that missile turret exceptionally fast, especially with +1 flyer attack when that kicks in. Stim is really late for Dragon as well. It's worth noting that, and the reason it's really late is because these tanks came out as prioritizing the tech lab on the factory as opposed to a barracks. Combat shield also hasn't been researched yet, not even started yet, so these Marines pretty squishy. And no one likes squishy Marines. You like them crispy, ideally. Works best, I hear. Nice on a barbecue. But yeah, anyway. Mutalisks, they're coming in over the happy face, because everyone likes the happy face, remember, from earlier. But the tanks, they're just sitting down here, trying to get in a nice position. We've got the Mutalisks making their way in here. A couple of Banelings morphing into Marines, though, already positioning up. These Mutalisks are going to do very little. The bunker alone is going to be quite frustrating. The supply depot trying to get focused, but Marines getting pulled back there in order to deal with that. The other side, again, missile turret coming down there, just trying to stop any effort of the Mutalisk doing too much, and lots of missile turrets down now. Clearly, Dragon does not want to deal with Mutalisk harassment. He's just chucking down missile turrets everywhere, Marines everywhere. He's pretty safe from that. It would take a good number of Mutalisks to really punch through there. But Rico, he's getting down his infestation pit, probably ready to go up into Hive, get those ultras down. Also some infestors out for the fungal growths, but these mutants just trying to find an angle of attack where they can actually be useful. And I think Rico's going to be hunting a long time for that, because there aren't really any great areas that he can come through. especially with a relatively small Mucota flock of 16. When he gets up to sort of like the 20 plus, if he goes there, then he can start being a bit bolder and trying to push in. This is definitely defended. No way the Natural's going to get taken out. The Mutalisks, they could get in this way, especially from the very side, pick off these missile turrets pretty quick. But yeah, that's a trouble for Rico, is that he hasn't been able to kill any workers, and that's a bit frustrating. Now, Pathogen Glands is coming down. The move out getting spotted here. Great burrow bailing hit there. Massive connection, and that is exactly what Rico would have wanted. And of course, that is fantastic now for Johnny, because of course the Marine count really diminished quite substantially there. And now with the Mutalisks on their way back, are they going to be able to pick up some more stuff? A couple of medevacs going to try and get taken down. One falls, the second one with only a few hit points remaining. This is great news, because if you knock down the medevacs, of which there's only 3 now remaining on the field, the infantry suddenly becomes a lot less potent. Also, of course, with more burrow banelings sitting around in various places, of course you've got to be careful, but in comes the push. The banelings surrounding the tanks, getting annihilated before they can siege up. Good connections here for JonnyREcco. He's still pushing through. He is going for it. The Mutalisks cleaning up those tanks ever so quickly. And suddenly, this push from Dragon has been annihilated. Like, ridiculously annihilated. Rico is not really going to have to worry about this too much. He's bringing the Mutalisks back in. They do have +1. And actually, these Marines, there's not too many. With good transfuses coming down as well. The Mutalisks just engaging straight up. This tank going to get taken out. The medevacs potentially also going to get taken out. They can boost away for a moment of safety, but I think boost isn't on cooldown, so they could have boosted away, is going to boost away. But, of course, now these Mutas, they're just going to start working away at everything. That missile turret gets taken out. A couple of Marines here will get a Mutalisk, but now JonnyREcco flooding units across. Look at this stream of Zerg on its way out. Dragon move forward, perhaps overcommitting. The great connections, the great burrow banelings from JonnyREcco earlier being incredibly helpful. The tank on the high ground gets taken out. That means the Zerglings able to just nom their way through all of these SCVs here. And generally, with the command center falling as well, this is massively becoming JonnyREcco's game to lose, because he is dealing so much damage. He's picked off a good number of workers, 15 killed already, the third getting decimated. And plus all these SCVs at the third base are now going to get taken down too. 2-2 upgrades done on both sides, admittedly 3-3 and Adrenal Glands and the Ultra Cavern all coming down for Rico. The Marines in really the best place they could hope for, but they're having to stim a lot, and with not many medevacs, the healing isn't really there. The Mutalisks still trying to pick off as many as possible. Even a Queen getting in on this party. Off creep, it took an eternity to get here, but Rico just doesn't care. He's still pushing in, he's still going for the aggression. Remember, he's up at 85 drones behind this, so he can afford to just keep flooding units. Getting a few infestors off the back, but he wants to make sure Dragon doesn't get back into this game. He smells blood, he's trying to deal as much damage as he can. The third base has been so long without mining and is now going to continue to be harassed. This is really hurting Dragon's economy. Look at the income difference, specifically on the gas. And supply depots there going down, everything slowly getting taken down, barracks getting taken down. There is a missile target these Mutalisks do have to be careful of, one just getting away with his life. But 5 Ultras coming in behind this, Adrenal Glands finishing up, the 3-3 upgrades, chitinous plating, all on the cards. And Rico, he's just looking to be in a very, very comfortable spot. Even getting the Great Aspire down now. He's got his 5th base taken. This is up against really a 2-base Terran at the moment, because only 42 Harvesters are down at the moment. The main pretty much mined out. The third has got some mules being called down on it, but that was a lot of lost mining time. And JonnyREcco already remaxed. And a lot of that remaxing is on this Ultra Infestor Ling Force. With Adrenal Glands, it's kicked in now. With 3-3, only about 40 seconds away. Rico can either go now, or he can just wait for the equal upgrades and of the advantage in the upgrades. He's sending a couple of Zerglings in first to make sure there's no Widow Mines, but in come the Ultras. JonnyREcco doesn't want to wait. Chitinous plating is 10 seconds away from completing. These Marines are going to take a huge amount of damage, especially if the fungal growth start going off. The Widow Mines luckily on cooldown, otherwise the Infestors can be in problems, but the fungals are going to start going. There's the fungal growth. The Banelings rolling in from behind as well. This is looking to be exceptionally good, and I think Dragon has got no choice but to GG, especially when this army's still going. And there we go, Dragon GG's out, and JonnyREcco will win the game. So congratulations to Rico there. Really nice play. And Dragon just a bit unfortunate with his move out timing and just getting it annihilated. Was never going to be able to easily come back from that. But of course, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, like the video, leave a cool comment and subscribe. And I will be back tomorrow with yet another new cast. So come back daily, because they're always up. I'm Madals, thanks for watching, and bye for now.